Please be advised there are spoilers ahead related to the property being watched and or discussed. Hello, hello! Welcome to Asha Media TV. My name is Asha. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for your continued support with this channel. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my condensed reaction to episode 15 from the, I almost said the first, from the 8th season of Supernatural. Forgive me, people. It's a binge watching process. I just finished episodes 13 and 14, and ever since I finished 14, my mind's been kind of frazzled in and out with my focus. So, sorry about that. Yes, episode 15. This one is titled Man's Best Friend with Benefits, and that kind of title gets my imagination going in all kinds of directions. The first thing that came to mind was Benny. So we're going to touch back on with Benny and Dean. I know for some of you, it is annoying to hear me and my 2 cents with Dean and Benny. But as I've been saying, you can't blame me. The writers are putting in the lines. They're having dialogue performed by characters regarding it. Anyway, okay, so without further ado, here is my reaction to episode 15. St. Louis, Missouri. I just want a good opener. You know, I love it when it's graphic and crazy. That's the main thing I actually missed with season 7. They had really good openers. Okay, how's she gonna die now? She'll just get arrested? Ooh. Wow. That's very violent and very graphic. Oh. Well, the title could refer to the dog too. I mean, dogs are known as man's best friend, right? So I gotta look out for the dog. Wasn't a nightmare after all. Okay, this looks like a promising filler episode. I hope so. Guest starring Christian Campbell. I guess that's the guy we saw at the beginning. I don't recognize him.
What do we wanted?
Well, this text said that he needed help. He's a cop. I figured it was work-related.
Yeah, well, we do owe him.
The guy saved our lives once. Sammy, I mean, it's not like the guy...
Saved our lives?
Because you did just make a hellhound, which is no slice of pie, and there's a minefield of who knows what crap ahead. Just want to make sure that you are okay.
Don't keep bugging him about it.
Because you know we could find another devil dog you could tag out.
Oh, Dean is itching for this.
Whatever it is you're worried about, stop. I'll be ready.
I can't help but think about season 3 and 4 a little bit with undermining Sam, and in the end, Sam does end up disappointing him. I hope they don't have a repeat of that.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no.
Get him off Dean's bed. He hates dog hair.
Pretty dog. Oh, really? You want a belly scratch, huh? So you want to.
Oh, man. Owners of dogs that do these kinds of stuff in TV and movies, they get paid good.
Oh, no.
Imagine becoming a millionaire because of your pet dog or cat or any pet.
Hey. Okay. Before you get pissed off, look, I just want you to know this isn't my fault. She just showed up at the door, okay? Didn't trek in any mud, just wanted her belly scratched.
He's gonna think you're talking about a woman. Oh, it is a woman. What? Oh, what?
She can stay tonight.
Two seconds ago, she was a dog.
Oh my god. That sounds so bad.
I'm a familiar.
A what?
Oh.
Companion to a witch. Some witches.
Yeah.
Split the time between human and animal form.
My name's Portia. I belong to James Frampton.
James a freaking witch?
He wasn't when you met him, but that last case you worked on with him,
Lunatic alchemist was nasty.
James wanted to learn more about that world. Black arts, witchcraft, became the center of his life. You don't like dogs, do you?
Wait, so James isn't a cop?
Sure he is. Homicide detective. His new powers make his work even better.
It's a good combination, cop and being a witch.
Horrible nightmares. Unable to sleep or think. He can't work. It's like he's having a breakdown. Maybe you can find a way to help him.
Here's the thing. Witches, not real fans.
Well, James is a cop with a spotless record. He's used his skills for nothing but good. So why don't you lose the ignorant bigotry for maybe 2 seconds and give him a shot?
Okay.
That was incredibly hot.
Oh gosh.
It's pretty hot.
Sam. I can tell certain demographics definitely had a field day with this episode. Especially with the woman of color being a familiar of yeah. I'm not going into that trap.
Might want to go easy on that. God, you look awful.
I don't know what's happening to me. These dreams, they're like torture. Spencer, they scare the hell out of me. They're so real. Just night after night.
Enough, James. It's time to see someone.
Who do we see?
We?
There's no medicine for this.
So he's a witch too?
James, it's too much. All that you've taken on. Life in this realm is life on the fringe. We don't fit. How do you reconcile what you are with what you do?
Guess that's his journey.
She's gone. I think I'm pushing her away. So these dreams James is having, he thinks that they're real. He thinks that he is actually killing people?
I think so. Familiars and their masters, we can communicate telepathically. I could get inside of James's head anytime I wanted, but he shut me out.
So what, you think maybe there's something in there he doesn't want you to see?
Possibly, yeah. Something dark, that's destroying him. This was my idea. I was the one who sent you the text under James's name. He doesn't know you're here, but I think you're maybe all he has.
Walking in the dark. Someone's gonna attack him now. That's just mean. Attacking the blind. Please don't do that.
Someone there?
Well, they did it.
I was afraid for your life.
My life is none of their business.
It's so weird having her come out as a dog. I bet this is a very divisive episode, isn't it?
What do you tell us about these dreams? She said people were dying in them.
Dying. They were torn to bits. Yeah. Could feel my fingers ripping into the flesh.
But they were dreams.
Well, I woke up in my bed. Those people, they died. I checked with the precinct.
All right, well, maybe you heard it and it stuck in your head.
You don't think I told myself all that? You don't think I didn't say that wasn't me?
Okay, we obviously know it's not him, otherwise this wouldn't be happening. So the mystery is which of the characters they've already shown or have yet to show is the murderer.
Well, how about this? You pissed off another witch, and he or she hexed you and forced you.
It's possible, I suppose, but I never heard of it.
All right, James, we're gonna help you figure this out, but you're gonna have to do your part.
Which is?
Good times.
You're gonna have to stay put.
Well, he's a witch, so I'm thinking like he could be projecting himself out, hurting people. That's a possibility.
I looked into his record on the force. He went from rookie detective to lieutenant basically overnight. And in the last 4 years, his solve rate's been right at about 100%.
Wow.
Of course, he's got the booga booga on his side.
That's a good thing.
This witch killing spell of Bobby's work, right? I mean, this is not a sure thing.
Is anything we ever do a sure thing?
Well, no, but I would just like to have the odds in our favor as much as possible.
Who wouldn't?
Concerned about the witch killing spell? Or that I'm gonna mess these trials up?
Alright, they gotta stop overdoing this.
You know, I've been going over this and over this, asking myself, why doesn't he trust me? And it occurred to me finally, it's not that you don't trust me, it's that you can only trust you.
Worded that way makes complete sense.
You know, once I get this put together, we can't hesitate. If we gotta use it, we use it.
You mean if we find the witch that's doing this to James?
Or if there is no other witch.
Or it wouldn't be the first free pass we've given Dean.
Besides, Benny, Kate, they were forced to be what they are. James chose this.
If it is him in the end, that is kind of tragic. But it would be refreshingly different.
Ed Stoltz, he's lead on the case. Special Agent Keith.
Josh here tells me you don't have a lot to go on.
Yeah, isolated parts of the city, Vicks who meant nothing to nobody, so.
Right. Well, my partner and I look at the crime scenes.
Things really must be slow at the Bureau. Locations have already been knocked down.
Well, we did manage to find this piece of fabric. Things get overlooked. It happens.
A witness did mention seeing a man in a suit and a white shirt leaving the area, so.
You didn't mention a witness in your report. Anything else?
We really don't have a lot here, okay? We'll be in touch.
Peculiar.
You getting a stick eye in here or what?
They can tell you're an outsider.
Are they all witches?
And stuff. But if there's information
Nice.
out here about James, they'll know.
Monster bar.
The familiar finds the master, and they become inseparable.
There's a lot of people feel that way about their pets. What?
I'm not James's pet. The master and the familiar, there's an unbreakable bond, like a melding of souls. We would die for each other.
Portia! Over here.
Dean, meet Philippe Lachat.
Literally, Le Chat. He turns into a cat.
It's weird. It only happens around cats.
Tell me about James.
It was too much on the nose.
Buzz out there. He brings it on himself. The whole cop thing. Which cop? Is he nuts?
I said the exact same thing.
Then there's you, babe. It isn't done, Portia. And you know it.
Hmm?
Portia. I'm a Wiccan. I'm from Detroit.
Sure.
You ever heard of a spell where a witch can control the actions of another witch?
No, I've never heard of a thing like that. I don't think it's possible. Philippe, it's time where we're going.
Of course. Good night. So nice to meet you.
Oh! Black cat, yeah. I have the same allergy and I love cats.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Where are you?
Some witch bar, why?
Listen, I just got the lab work back from the blood on James's shirt.
And?
Not good. Blood's an exact match to victim number 3.
That pretty much says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I really do hope it's him. I could see an interesting moral tale out of it.
It's okay. Really.
We don't have to. You know, they won't find out.
Portia, if I believe I'm innocent, I have to do the right thing.
Well, cheers to doing the right thing.
Tell me one day this will be over. I love you.
He's in bondage and they're having this scene. Oh my god, they're actually doing that. All right. That's just not necessary. Especially in chains. That actually makes it worse. Ay, ay. Okay. Guess it had its purpose. I'm glad it had a purpose rather than just being a gratuitous scene of nonsense.
No, Dean! You have to listen to me, please. It's not James.
Alright.
Tonight, James and I were close. Without psychological walls. Intimate.
I didn't expect that.
We have an unusual relationship. Familiars aren't supposed to be sexually involved with their witches.
Oh!
Understandable, you know, considering that you're, well, and that he's... That's a little out here.
No comment.
I saw his thoughts. Memories of the murders.
So is this you trying to talk us out of ganking James, or...?
Dean, that's all I saw. Just the kills. No preparation, no thought process, no anticipation, no motive. Just the kills without context.
No other awareness of the crimes.
No. James is chained. He's confined. At least take a shot.
Well, we have some individual discretion to pursue cases.
I'll catch up later, Ed.
Yeah, but at some point cases like this go cold, as I'm sure you're aware. Just not enough to keep them floating, that's all. Sure.
Okay. This guy. You could be jealous of him.
Now, remember he said he was the youngest guy here to ever make lieutenant. Must have made a few waves.
100% case rate, too?
This place is run like a dog sled. No stars, just grunts. One what goes lame, another one pops up and slogs through the slush. Agent?
Okay, there's some motive for his part that Sam's snooping on. If that's where it's going, that makes more sense, right? You think it's the supernatural world that's after you, but it's actually the real world.
So this warlock we're meeting, he's a snitch?
Cops have snitches all over town. James uses Drexel when he suspects someone in the community.
Now that's a car.
Drexel, this is Dean.
Wicked. Detroit. I heard. So here's the deal. Absolutely no word on the street about any witch hexing another one. There is, however, a lot of chatter about our James.
What kind of chatter?
That he's gone ripper.
As in jacked up.
Someone's circulating the rumor that he's set at full kill. If the cops get wind of it, arrest James, find out what he really is, that exposes the rest of us. You know that can't happen.
Oh, I see, okay.
They're gonna give James two choices. Leave, or the full Harry Carey.
Suicide?
Which is appreciated grand gesture.
I won't let him do that.
Well, the community might do it for him.
Man, this guy can't win. Witches are against him. His job's a mess.
Anything?
Portia might not be wrong. Turns out there is a spell for implanting images into another person's brain.
Really?
Yeah. Creating false memories into another witch's mind.
Wow. So James could be convinced he killed those other people without ever touching them. I saw the tech guy who's working the case, and he had a huge file folder marked James Frampton.
I didn't mention that.
No, he did not.
Maybe it's a collusion. That cop and some other character.
Yeah, the cops may have more on the case than they're saying, including a thick dossier on you.
Me?
Yeah. I get the feeling whatever they have is under lock and key at the precinct. Room C-110.
Then we need to break in. A witch can go to a place without having to go to a place.
What, like phone sex?
Astral projection. Yeah. That's what was my first thought at the beginning.
But these have got to go.
Not gonna happen.
Irons on, no magic. No magic, no break-in.
How did he change his clothes?
Okay. But only if we can go with you.
Oh no! We're having one of those again! This is gonna be fun.
Just close your eyes. Whatever I see, I'll pass on to you too. You better mea culpa. Come sia veritata.
Aw. This makes me think of Pam. Can you imagine they could do this in every episode? So they've been watching him. Witness statement. Ooh. Philippe Lachat! Ah! It's the cat after all.
James, won't you give us a little warning? You're gonna snap us back like that.
Stoltz, he's building a case against me.
What?
Ed, he's always wanted a breakthrough case. Kneeling a renegade cop. Never qualify.
So what is this thing? Payback?
He can't just arrest you. He needs evidence. He needs proof.
He's got it. He's got everything.
From who?
Phil.
The cat.
Sleep.
Hey,
Cat and dog fight coming up?
Talk this out, buddy.
Oh, maybe not. Oh.
It's not safe for you. Our time together is over.
Standing by you is my duty, my choice.
Portia, the ceiling is coming down on me. You still have a life.
Please,
Portia, go.
James.
Oh!
Of course. Dean and Sam are just wiped out. Oh.
Jeez, what are you doing? Why are you telling lies about me? I'm not. I saw the evidence room. I saw the police sketch based on an eyewitness account. I had no choice. What does that mean? My master made me. Liar. You're a coward and a liar. Spencer's my friend. A direct command. Please, don't hurt my face. I'm not interested.
He was always spineless. Now, literally.
Well, it was all of them. It's all of the above. Shit. Except for the girl.
You were behind all this?
I humbly accept credit.
You made me think I was a killer.
Alright, let's find out why.
Ed Stoltz put you up to it. He found out you were a witch. Tried to blackmail you.
You're not using your thinking cap, Jimmy.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. Neither you ever considered my feelings.
Portia.
Oh, he wants her?
Can you imagine the insult? When she chose you. I wanted her as my soulmate the moment I saw her.
She was meant to be my familiar.
Oh, she's way more than familiar, isn't she?
How did they know that?
The entitlement was too much. Your total ruination seemed appropriate. The Wiccan from Detroit. So James didn't kill her.
Oh, man. Second time.
Seriously? You want to take me on? It's not only James's head I can get inside.
And how's that information useful? Or is he just making them see it? Wow, thanks for the recap. Stay away from my master. Cool. There were so many ways they could have actually did a really good setup, so we knew that his motivation had something to do with her, unless I missed it, but it wasn't obvious enough. But they could have done something.
Ed Stoltz has built enough of a case against me to make life hell for a long time. And the community here wants no part of us.
You start over. We're used to it. It's the way it's always been. For all of us.
It's one of those episodes, you know, where it's definitely unforgettable for the wrong reasons.
Well, it's possible I was wrong.
James? I thought we were both ready to thank the guy.
No, that's not what I meant.
Ah.
You know, when I look back at what our family's been through, what everybody's been through, I've seen all that pain. I realize that the only way we've made it through it all is by hanging together.
Unite!
I trust you, Sammy. With this deal, locking those sons of bitches up in the furnace once and for all, it's too important not to. If you say you're good,
He's good.
then that's it. I'm with you 100%. I'm good.
No way. Of course. Of course I just have to put that monkey wrench in it. But I am so curious what that all means, of course. Who wouldn't be? But, oh man! Damn it! It's like, they're coming together. But something's happening to Sam now. Shit. Anyway, okay. I'll be right back. The plot thickens. Now, I am a bit confused now where they're going, because in episode 13, we have this whole Thule business. Then it seemed as if, like, that's gonna be a staple factor in this season. Like, they're gonna be some of the baddies they gotta deal with. Then we have these trials introduced in episode 14, and now discussed in length in episode 15. And I'm like, how is that going to kind of work itself out? Or was the Thule situation just something to think about, but that's something they can probably bring back in the next season or something? Do you know what I mean? Like, so we're aware that this society's out there somehow doing stuff, so if they do something else again, it may be like a random episode in season 9, 10, or whatever. I don't know. I know I've yet to find out, but I'm just saying that's where I'm getting a bit like, oh gosh, what are they doing with it? What are they doing with it? But this episode had so much potential to be so much more engaging than it actually was. It's understandable that this would be considered a boring episode for some people, and quite controversial for other demographics, especially with today's mindset on certain politics. I'm looking at the story and not basing it on anything else. Okay, but not to say it wasn't cringeworthy to some degree, only because of perhaps so much dissent on the visual depiction with her being his familiar. Anyway, you know what I'm getting at, and if you don't, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Let's talk about the scene that I've picked, because it's really one of the best scenes between Sam and Dean, and I've kind of put a bookmark to remember that scene, and I'm going to make somewhat of my own little video gif of it, because I love it. I love it so much, and it's just the way it's explained in such simple terms that kind of puts the light bulb in my mind, and I'm sure some of you will have your take on it that's contrary to how I'm viewing it, and that's fine. But I like that moment where Sam thinks that he's figured out the reason why Dean is so adamant about being the one to be part of the trials is because he trusts him. He trusts himself. He knows when it comes to hunting, he knows what to do, right? And he's even said it in the previous episode. You know, he's good at what he does. He's an expert. Sam has acknowledged he's likely the best hunter he's ever come across. And I think it's meant for me as a viewer to take it in that Dean is probably the best hunter that there is. And then he survived purgatory, for goodness sakes. So that in and of itself is its own snowball effect of showing that Dean is a likely best candidate to survive and possibly win out with these trials. But the way Sam says it, you know, how he realizes it's not about him not trusting Sam, because I was kind of uttering that out loud too, but it's Dean really trusting himself, and I just love it. I love that scene. It's wonderful. And then the end, of course, although I'm just kind of like just a tiny bit annoyed at that monkey wrench there at the end to see that something's up with Sam now, because that's a moment I've been waiting for between them. This unity, these two brothers coming together, and no more doubt within each other, because I was kind of afraid of that, and I said that out loud at one point during my reaction, if they're going to just, kind of go back in circles again with the whole I don't trust you kind of thing. Sam does something wrong, and then Dean is like, I told you so kind of thing, reminiscent of some of the stuff in season 4 specifically, I'm thinking in my mind. And so it's nice to see that that isn't the case, and he's now ready to help Sam do the best he can, but Sam coughing up blood obviously means something more dire's to come, so is it going to be another sacrificial death of one of the Winchesters? It's like every season they're taking turns dying or going away for extended periods of time, going somewhere. So Dean went to purgatory at the end of season 7. Sam's going to die with this trial and end up where now? Oh gosh. That in and of itself is actually fun to entertain the possibilities of, right? And I could see that being sort of kind of like a running gag every season up until the last season. To me, listen, I'm just going to say it now, like, I expect them to both die in season 15. I think that's only fair. Peaceful death, they're in heaven, they finally meet God, and all is well. They like officially save the universe, not just Earth. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's all I got. So considering, like I said, the pacing and just the way the narrative was told and some cringy moments there, I have to give this episode, I would have given it a 2 at one point if it wasn't for the Sam and Dean moments that I felt were so strong, that it captivates me to want to rewatch the episode, mainly just to listen to their dialogue again. So I will give it a 3. I'm being generous here. Because essentially, aside from Dean and Sam, it would have been a 2. Maybe even borderline 1.5. But I do like the extra lore about the witches. So, no, it would have been a solid 2 then. It would have been a solid 2. So, officially, it's a 3. Being generous there. There you have it. That is my reaction to episode 15 from the 8th season of Supernatural. If you've enjoyed this video, you know how to show me. There's a red button there. And also a thumbs up if you want. And of course, if you want access to my full reaction, uncut, unfiltered, with extra babbles of commentary in between scenes, details about how to go about doing that is in the description box below, as well as details on how you can support this channel if you're not interested in being a club member, but you do want to help me grow here on this platform. And as a heads up, at the time that you're watching this here on YouTube, I'm actually likely a minimum of 10 episodes ahead, heading into season 9, or probably already there. I'm not really sure at the time that I'm recording this, but I'm just saying that there's quite a gap in terms of the timing when my reactions are posted here on YouTube versus the reaction time frame or schedule that I post at my club. Just giving you a heads up about that. But if that doesn't bother you, no big deal. In any case, until my reaction to episode 16, I'm Asha. Peacing out. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.